Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NWA Power. We are only 2 episodes of NWA Power away from NWA Give It All. On the last 2 episodes of NWA Power, we found out that Chris Brooks will not only be defending his NWA World Heavyweight Championship against Punishment Martinez, but he'll also be facing Jordan Devlin in a triple threat match in the main event of NWA Give It All. We also saw the fact that Stephanie McMahon has took it upon herself to insert Kenzie Page into the NWA World Women's Championship match between Yuka Sakazaki and Lexi Cabrera. So we do have our 2 main championship matches already set up for NWA Give It All. But we do have a lot left to get through. So we'll see how everything plays out in these next 2 episodes of NWA Power. So the show opens up with our usual pre-show eye candy match, as the team of Ayano Iri, Brandi Loren and Kylie Page defeat Taylor Rising, Ashley D'Amboise and Brittany Blake in a 61 rated match. Again, some good performances all around from quite a few wrestlers here, including Brandi Loren getting a 68, Ashley D'Amboise getting a 63, Kylie Page being off her game but still getting a 51, which I believe is her best rating of the entire series. So these eye candy matches are doing good for some women. But now we'll move on to the main show. The main show opens up with Chris Brooks backstage with Mark Henry and Kane. Brooks says he's happy to be taking on anybody for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. He's happy that he'll face Martinez and Devlin at NWA Give It All. Kane says he's glad because Brooks now needs to once again find himself a partner, as he's once again facing Devlin and Martinez in the main event tag match tonight. So it will be Chris Brooks and a mystery partner against Jordan Devlin and Punishment Martinez. In our first match of the night, we see Dozer earn another 3 points in the American Dream Gauntlet, as he does in fact defeat Spencer Slade in just over 8 minutes with a Dozer bomb. It is a good, decent 58 rated match. Dozer gets a 61, Spencer Slade gets a 58, so it is a good 3 points here for Dozer as he moves back on top of the NWA American Dream Gauntlet. We then go back into the ring as Gucci are here and they have their lawyer. Their lawyer is none other than David Otunga, Harvard graduate. Otunga says that the Southern Six are being sued for many different things, including defamation of the Southern Comfort name, theft of the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship, and the fact that they clearly can't count because there's only 2 of them, so how can they be called the Southern Six? So we'll have to wait and see what happens with the Southern Six next week as they have to respond to this lawsuit. We'll then go to our next match of the night as Mike Mondo defeats Dylan McKay in about 6.5 minutes with a sit-out facebuster. If we recall, Weber Hatfield was suspended for the attack on Mike Mondo. Mike Mondo is the current NWA World Television Champion, but he has defeated a very game Dylan McKay here. After this though, we see Weber Hatfield. He is back from suspension. He comes down to the ring to confront Mike Mondo, but rather than attacking him, Weber thanks Mondo. He thanks him for bringing a side out of him that he hasn't seen for a very long time. A side that both of them will see again at NWA Give It All, as he's been to Corey Graves and he's been granted a death match for the NWA World Television Championship. So it will be Mondo against Hatfield in a death match at NWA Give It All. We'll then go backstage to see Emi Sakura. She wants to see the best out of Mei Suruga because Sakura is coming to NWA Give It All for one last fight. If you recall on the last episode, Emi Sakura announced that her final match will be at NWA Give It All, and she announced that Mei Suruga will be her opponent. So we'll have to see who comes out victorious in Emi Sakura's final ever match. We then go backstage once again to RVD. He is with his team Wildcard. He says that they're the tag team champions for a reason, and nobody can beat them. But as he's saying this, you can see Preston Vance in the background, looking very thoughtfully at what RVD is saying. Again, Preston Vance is the head of security here for Stephanie McMahon in the NWA, so we'll have to see what Preston Vance makes of RVD's comments. We then go to a different area of backstage into Stephanie McMahon's office. Stephanie says that she made an executive decision as the president of the NWA to place Kenzie Page in the NWA World Women's Championship match at NWA Give It All. But before she could say anything else, Lexi comes bursting through the door of Steph's office, and she says that she is going to be fighting whoever it takes. She'll fight them both. Right now, she has to. Steph then says if she gets any closer, or even so much as touches either women before NWA Give It All, Lexi will be stripped of the NWA World Women's Championship and officially fired from the NWA. So Stephanie McMahon again throwing her weight around, making sure that Lexi Cabrera cannot get her hands on Kenzie Page. We'll then go to another promo as we see Keith Lee with the professionals. Keith Lee says that all three of them may be the wrong side of 40, but they're all former world champions for a reason. They've been to the very top, and they are going to be the first line of defense for the NWA. And they're going to make sure that Bully Ray's hit squad know that they are the best that the NWA has. We'll then go to our next match in the American Dream Gauntlet, as Ortiz manages to defeat Max the Impaler, but through an interference from a masked wrestler, simply going by the name Number 1. Again, we don't know who this masked wrestler is or why he's now helping Ortiz win against Max the Impaler, but we may find out more as we go through the show. And we do find out more very quickly as the masked man known as Number 1 walks up the ramp where Corey Graves meets him. Corey Graves shakes his hand and pats him on the back and gives a big thumbs up to Ortiz, who's in the ring still looking quite confused. So it doesn't seem like Ortiz knows why this Number 1 or Corey Graves are helping him gain points in the American Dream Gauntlet. So we will have to wait and see in future episodes of NWA Power what Corey Graves is doing with his new masked wrestler. We'll then go to Yuka Sakazaki as footage is shown from last week. Yuka is packing her bag ready to leave the arena, leave last week's NWA Power. She says that Kenzie can be in the match all she wants, but that won't stop her from taking the NWA World Women's Championship. She is coming to NWA Give It All to win the title, and Kenzie Page being involved doesn't stop that. We'll then go to our main event of the evening, as in an excellent 75 rated match. Chris Brooks and his mystery partner of Manic managed to defeat Punishment Martinez and Jordan Devlin when Chris Brooks rolls up Jordan Devlin. Again, it is a good 75 rated match. Manic was the weak link, getting a 54. Punishment Martinez was off his game, getting a 72. Brooks an 81 and Jordan Devlin a 68. The creative finish used was a success, so it does get a good 75 rated match. And because Manic obviously was on the winning side of this match and he didn't get pinned or submitted, he keeps his Austin Idol Memorial Trophy. So this show gets a rating of 74. Again, it increased our popularity in 38 regions, which is absolutely excellent. But now, I'll see you in the second episode of NWA Power. So this second episode of NWA Power kicks off with a pre-show match that is a part of the American Dream Gauntlet. Again, it will make sense why this is on the pre-show very soon. But it is a 57 rated match as Oliver Carter earns another 3 points in the tournament as he defeats Fuego del Sol in about 8.5 minutes with an instant kill. So he does gain another 3 points in the tournament. We'll then go to our second pre-show match, our usual eye candy match, as Brandy Loren defeats Aisha in just over 6 minutes. Again, apparently this lacked psychology. I can't imagine an eye candy match lacking psychology. But it is still a decent 56 rated match. But now we'll move on to the main show. So the main show kicks off with Stephanie McMahon in the ring with Yuka Sakazaki, Lexi Cabrera and Kenzie Page, the 3 women that will be facing off for the NWA World Women's Championship. She says that she has a very important announcement to make. She says that at NWA Give It All, it needs to be a conclusive and fair match. So she's bringing in a special guest referee. She says that the guest referee will be none other than her. So Stephanie McMahon will be the guest referee for the women's triple threat match at NWA Give It All, and she claims that she's going to be calling it right down the middle. We'll then go to our first match of the main show as Bishop Dyer earns another 3 points in the American Dream Gauntlet as he defeats Matt Lee in just under 8 minutes with an end of days. But after a distraction once again from number one. If you remember, number one did cause a distraction for Ortiz last week to help him win his match in the American Dream Gauntlet, but he does seem to be helping Bishop Dyer as well now. Again, was this under the orders of Corey Graves? We'll have to wait and see. After this, we go backstage to Weber Hatfield. He has a roll of barbed wire with him. He's using a knife to sharpen the barbed wire. He says that Mondo doesn't understand what he's in for. NWA Give It All. It's going to be a level of violence that the NWA has never seen before. If we remember, Weber Hatfield will take on Mike Mondo in a death match with the NWA World Television Championship on the line. In our next match, the team of Wildcard, again Alec Price and Starboy Charlie, managed to defeat Robbie E and Breeze of Gucci in just under 10 minutes after a distraction from Alex Taylor. Again, it was a really good 63 rated match. Alec Price being the best in the match, getting a 72, Starboy a 56, Breeze 51, and Robbie a 48. And it is a really good match here and a good win for Wildcard, but it does come after a distraction from Alex Taylor. After this, Silas and Alex Taylor clear Breeze and Robbie from the ring. Robbie and Breeze have to flee up to the stage. They say they have found the perfect way to respond to the lawsuit that was put on them by Gucci. They point to the Titantron as a video starts playing showing David Otunga in a bar drinking with the Southern Six, seemingly from a couple of days ago. Otunga is drunkenly telling them that he's not even a real lawyer. He never actually went to Harvard. It was all just part of his gimmick, and that he can't do anything about suing the Southern Six. So the lawsuit has crumbled already. It was never even a lawsuit, as the Southern Six have once again outsmarted Gucci and they laugh in their face. We then go back into the ring as Kane has the Hit Squad, Keith Lee and the Professionals in the ring. He says he wants a conclusive match for NWA Give It All, so he's making a winner takes all Tornado 6-man tag match. No disqualifications, no countouts. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. So the National Heavyweight Championship and the United States Tag Team Championships will be on the line in this 6-man winner takes all match. We'll then go to another match in the American Dream Gauntlet as Ortiz defeats Spencer Slade, but again following interference from number one. This is the second time we've seen him tonight. He interfered, or he caused a distraction in Bishop Dyer's match, and now he has caused a distraction in Ortiz's match, helping both Dyer and Ortiz gain 3 points in the tournament. Again, we'll have to wait and see why he is doing this, who's actually sending him. Is it Corey Graves? Is it Kane? Is it Stephanie McMahon? Or is he doing it off his own accord? We'll have to wait and see. After this, a video comes up on the screen showing Valkyria, or Valkyrie, formerly Lyra Valkyria, coming to the NWA. She is coming to shake up the women's division. She has recently been let go by the WWE, and she is now coming to the NWA. We'll then go backstage to Corey Graves in his office with Kane. Corey Graves announces the final matches for the NWA American Dream Gauntlet that will take place at Give It All. It will be Dozer facing off against Fuego del Sol, Max the Impaler against Oliver Carter, Ortiz against Matt Lee, and Bishop Dyer against Spencer Slade. Again, we do have 3 people that could possibly win the American Dream Gauntlet, 4 people that could possibly end up in the final. For recall, the final 2 with the highest points do go into a absolute complete final to figure out who the winner of the entire tournament is. But this is between Bishop Dyer, Slade, and Dozer and Ortiz. These are the 4 with the highest points at the moment, and they are the 4 that could reasonably win the tournament. We'll then go to our main event of the night as Chris Brooks once again gets another victory as he defeats Taka Michinoku in just under 13 minutes, or 12 minutes and 40 seconds. It's a really good 78 rated match and a really good way to finish the matches for these tapings. But the show is not quite over yet as Punishment Martinez and Jordan Devlin surround the ring with Chris Brooks inside. They are about to attack when Manic comes from the crowd and attacks Jordan Devlin, allowing Brooks the time to dive outside onto a distracted Punishment Martinez. Again, Manic and Brooks send Devlin and Martinez fleeing backstage, but as they stand tall in the ring, Manic reminds Brooks that he still holds the Austin Idol Memorial Trophy and he can cash it in for a shot at Chris Brooks and the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. So this show does get a 76, 2 more ratings higher than our last show. Again, another popularity increase in 38 regions, so we'll see exactly where that is. So we'll have a look at our financial report, see how much money we may have lost. We're off $24,000, which is completely fine. We are still over $1 million, almost to $2 million now, only $400,000 away. But workers are still very high. Ticket sales are quite good. Broadcast revenue is quite good as well. If we have a look at our popularity, we have grown in many different areas. Again, we've gone up to 45 in New England. We've gone up to 29 or 30 in Canada, up to 35 in Mexico, and up to the heights of 27 or 23 in the British Isles and in Japan. So a good amount of growth for these last couple of episodes. But now I'll see you back in the home screen when we go through the card for NWA Give It All and we look at the bracket for the American Dream Gauntlet. So here we are back looking at the bracket of the American Dream Gauntlet. Again, at the moment, Bishop Dyer is on top with 15 points. Then we have Dozer and Ortiz coming up second with 13 points. I did say that Spencer Slade could still realistically win, but I don't think that is the case as he could only get to 12 points with a win. But it is between Ortiz, who faces Matt Lee, Dozer, who faces Fuego del Sol, and then Bishop Dyer, who faces Spencer Slade at NWA Give It All. We do have more matches to NWA Give It All, as we'll see. Bully Ray's Hit Squad take on Keith Lee and the Professionals in a winner-takes-all match with the National Heavyweight Championship and the US Tag Team Championships on the line. We will see Weber Hatfield take on Mike Mondo in a death match with the NWA Television Championship on the line. We will see Lexi Cabrera defend her NWA World Women's Championship against both Kenzie Page and Yuka Sakazaki, with Stephanie McMahon as the special guest referee. And we'll also see in the main event Chris Brooks defend his NWA World's Heavyweight Championship against Punishment Martinez and Jordan Devlin. We will have more than that on the card, but we'll wait and see what happens. But again, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. Make sure to like, share and subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon if you do want to be notified about the next upload. And I'll see you at the next show, which is NWA Give It All.